Hello, babies. Welcome back to another video with It's your girl, Marine Octavia. I have not made a video because I was too busy getting my life together. You know how the girls like to act like they were changing the world when in truth they were probably just getting medicated. This girl right here. I honestly knew I had ADHD, but I did not know how freeing it would be to get the ADHD treated until I did. You really think you know yourself until you can actually hear yourself. But I was thinking, like, what did I want to make this video about? There's so much that's been going on. I like for my videos to touch people's soul. I like for people to feel seen, connected, understood, because honestly, our biggest job on earth is to save the next person, if possible, without killing ourselves along the way. And I feel like sometimes being the person who helps people heal is kind of vulnerable because you have to expose yourself in doing so. You have to be willing to show your own wounds. What do I really think about motivational speakers? Like, I knew they were the most broken people. And to me, I'm like, how can a broken person guide somebody else? Like, you're broken. But now I understand you can guide them because you can understand them. You know what it's like to sit in their shoes, and you're going to be the best advice they're ever going to receive, especially if you figured out a way to come out on the other end of things. You got a lot to offer the world. I don't care how little or how small you may feel, how insignificant you may think you are. You have a lot to offer the world. And just because you haven't seen it blow up, just because you haven't seen all of your hard work actually manifest or become tangible things in your life, that doesn't mean whatever work you've been doing is not effective. Sometimes the voices in our heads are so loud that we can't recognize how much we have changed. And I made a short about that. Like, when you're changing, your mind is so focused on what's familiar to it. Your mind is so focused on past experiences that it doesn't give you enough credit for the work that you've been doing. And to the point, it's like you don't even think you've done much. But if you were to step back and become the observer of your own life, you would recognize how far you've actually grown. And I don't care if you're still suffering in some areas of your life, because I think sometimes we can't see what we've done because we're still looking at things from this broader picture. We're still looking at things from like this big old canvas. Instead of zoning in on one particular thing, we're like, everything in my world is not perfect, so that means I haven't fixed anything. But if you actually dial down and you start to pay attention to the tiny micro things that you've probably accomplished, you will realize, like, I've done a lot. And it's kind of like me. I created this book. It's a workbook, but it deals with being a co-parent in a toxic relationship, or the opposite person that you have to work with when they're not helpful, when they are actually kind of abusive in some ways, emotionally, verbally, and you have to maintain relationship with them for the sake of your kid. I will be putting that out soon, because when I read it, it makes me cry. It makes me so tender, because I'm like, wow, this is real life shit. But at first I was like, you can't really talk to people about this because your life is not perfect. What evidence do you have that it works? I'm like, well, my life is not perfect, but when it comes to that dynamic, I have mastered it. I've done a really good job with that dynamic. And I say that to say, don't short yourself because everything around you is not perfect. Don't hinder yourself because you can't stand on the heel of everything is good for me. Because to be honest with you, even your favorite person doesn't have their life all together. And you see it every day. When you look at your favorite YouTubers, they talk about dealing with the scaries. They talk about having certain type of emotions and still dealing with their past. And just imagine if they were like, I can't put myself out there until my whole entire world becomes perfect. And no one is asking you to be perfect, but they are asking you to give whatever skills that you may have available. When it comes to skills, a lot of times you don't even notice what your skills are because you've been doing it for so long. It's just second nature to you. People just come to you for this thing and you think it's just natural. It's natural for you, but for the next person, that is something that's is hard. When it comes to me and mindset, I probably would think like, oh, it's not a skill. You just create boundaries. You just detach from certain situations. You don't recognize how well or what you're doing in the area when you think it's just your personality. But if it worked for you, there's another person who does not know that how. There's a what is wrong with me, and there's a how to fix it. Even if you can figure out what is going on, somebody will pay for that knowledge because that's something they don't even understand, okay? So in summary, I don't want anyone holding themselves back from doing what they can in the smallest way, because when they step back, they're like, oh, well, everything doesn't line up. It really does not have to. It never will, to be honest. So that would just be self-sabotaging at its fucking finest. Not being perfect, just showing up the way that you can, offering what you can, understanding like the right people is going to attract to that. Outside situations are not the evidence that you are doing something right or wrong, but your ability to stick with it, that is your sign that you're doing it right or wrong. The ability to ask yourself questions to get better, not questions to confirm if you're doing a good job or a bad job, but questions to give yourself room and permission to grow. Thank you for watching to this point. Please subscribe, comment, tell me what you think, keep it cute. I really hope I can smash all this together and make it make sense, because I feel like I was kind of anyways. Once again, I love you guys. I'll see you in the next one. Bye.